Hi and welcome to my channel. Today's reading comes from a dream that I had and a song that's been channeling through and some things that have happened today, and I've worked out that they're all connected. So I did the pre-shuffle and I got the Hanged Man. The Hangman is Neptune energy, but it's when somebody turns themselves upside down. And we've got the peace sign here. When somebody turns themselves upside down and gets a clearer perspective, they want to see something from a different point of view. So I'm going to pop that up there and I'm going to give you some messages. But first, if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. A bit about me first. I'm an intuitive tarot reader. I pick up on energy prior to a reading. All of my readings are timeless. So whenever you stumble across this reading, you are meant to find it. It is the 20th of, I nearly said December. There might be something in that. It's the 20th of October today. So the new moon is tomorrow when the sky goes dark. And it's the new moon in Libra. So a balance, some sort of balancing energy. Is it the new moon in Libra? I'm pretty sure it's the new moon in Libra, the 21st. So please take only the messages that resonate with you, leave the rest. I'm just guided to say this. My journey on YouTube is about, I connect with visual synchronicities, clues that the divine leaves that then place out in future timelines. Collectively, we are all on this journey. We are all starting to elevate spiritually, to be able to see with our spiritual eyes rather than our 3D eyes, to look deeper. And it's so that we can break the chains, so that we can break the stronghold that the people that run our planet have on us. Because once the people wake up, and currently the North Node is in Pisces, which is spirituality. Once the people wake up, they no longer can be controlled. We are also in a 20-year Pluto in Aquarius transit. That is a transit of revolutionary energy. The people taking back the power. So the Hangman, a different perspective, a spiritual perspective. Pisces is about spirituality. Sometimes Pisces can be seen as illusion, dreamy energy. But it's being able to see in the dark. Being able to feel, to sense, intuitively sense what's going on when you can't actually see it. So you may have stumbled across this reading because there's a message in her, there's a message in here that your guides want to use to confirm something that you already know. So the dream that I had, and it was probably mid-September, and it was prompted because I saw something in the news today about a tunnel that had blown up, a bulldozer that had blown up in Gaza. And the suggestion was that the tunnel had been booby-trapped. By who? The insinuation is that it's by one party, but when you use your spiritual eyes, and I know it's not been reported in the mainstream media, but the dream that I had, it was this huge, big, tall building, and on the top of it, so this is back in September, a month and a half ago. It's the 20th today, the 20th of October today. The dream that I had was this huge, big building, very dark and grey, big building, and then on the top was this neon light, and what was flashing on the neon light was 89D. Now, I woke up and I was like, what is that? What is that supposed to mean? I didn't know anything. I put in 89D into Google and I got the US Army Explosive Ordnance Unit is 89D. That's the name of the unit. So they're the people that go in and did I say ordnance? Ordnance unit. They're the people that go in and disarm a BOMB, secure an area. The song that I got as I was doing the pre-shuffle for this reading was Toy Soldiers. That's an old song, the 90s, Martika, I think it is. They all fall down like toy soldiers. And I just heard ticking time bomb. So there's something in this reading about, and there's so many distractions because my dog was barking and now there's a phone ringing. Somebody wants you to walk into something, but they're trying to distract you from the danger that lies within. And you're being asked to take a step back. and use your spiritual eyes, use your spiritual discernment as part of this collective 18 months where the North Node is in Pisces through until midway through next year, midway through 2026. It's about going, you know what, this doesn't feel right. I'm actually not going to walk that path. There's a ticking time bomb waiting for you, should you not choose to look at things from a spiritual lens. Okay. Deep shadow work. Yeah, you've got to do... That's what this is. This 18 months is doing deep, deep shadow work, which is Pisces energy. Deep shadow work. So that you can see the red flags. Love is the greatest healer, so that you can see the red flags. Trusting yourself. Inside, trusting yourself. I'm going to get one of those. I don't know why, but I do. The key. Nothing else in there. Let's see what else we can get. One from here. This is my Mother Mary deck. Thistledown, visitation. Thistledown's purple. Harvest on the bottom. Somebody's wanting to sacrifice you. Mary, the Mother of God, January 1st. Okay, let me get one of these. I'm just going to get the cards out first. Okay. We've got a teapot. Let me see that. I don't know whether that was in shot. That hippo has been knocked over. And that's knitting needles and a yarn of wool. Spinning you a yarn. There's a web, there's a trap, because even this has got thistle, which is a prick. I want to say you're being guided down a path that is not in your best interests. 2 buttons on the bottom. You're being guided down a path that's not in your best interests. Now I'm just going to get one from here, but I think what I'm going to do, because it's too, the stick is too big. Oh my goodness. Did you see that? I don't know whether you saw that. That was what popped its head out before. It's a window. It's a window in a building in Prague, in Czechoslovakia. And I took a photo of it. This is my travel deck. I took a photo of it because the window itself was so white, but it was dark all around the outside. It's a trap. And if we go back to what I was talking about before in terms of, explosives being found, who have they been set for? And who will eventually be? Because if somebody sets a trap, and again, the phone again, distraction. It's like if you set a mouse trap. The mouse trap doesn't stand there and go, oh, no, don't come across here, little gecko or little lizard. This is just for mice. You set the trap, and that anybody that comes along then has the potential to be harmed. Closed window. It's like somebody set a trap. A trapdoor spider. Brandenburg Gate on the bottom. Somebody set a trap. It's a test, because I've just got that image of a sea urchin. A sea urchin shell, and I've actually got one. Hang on a second. That's the shell of a sea urchin. That is actually a sea urchin shell. But it's called a test. This is a test. You've been set a divine test. Even the knitting needles are like the spiny spikes of a sea urchin. You've been set a test. Yeah, sea urchins, harmful to humans, paralysis, respiratory failure, tissue necrosis, and death are all possible complications of sea urchin stings. That's interesting. And think of the devastation of stepping on some sort of ordinance that's been left behind. Okay, the energy around you at the moment. The Nine of Cups, that's Jupiter in Pisces. Now that came out in the previous reading. Jupiter in Pisces is about expansion. Pisces is spirituality. So if we're talking here about turning yourself upside down to get a different perspective about something you're about to step into that has potentially, well, it's got a hidden test in it, but potentially a hidden danger in it. Jupiter is about expansion. It's about seeing something for what it is, seeing the red flags even though they're not visible in front of you, because you've done some sort of deep shadow work. The energy around you. So you can tap into this. On the flip side, the Nine of Cups is a card of wish fulfillment. So something that maybe looks safe, secure. It's okay to walk in there. It's okay to step there. It's okay to take the journey to that. But there's a hidden test in it. There's a trap that's been laid. What are you? Where are you in your energy? If I was looking at you, what would I see? Four of Swords, which is a card of healing. So maybe you've stepped in this before, been hurt before, because we've got the Three of Swords. Failed the test before. Opportunity to pass the test now. Because you've done the deep shadow work, which is the Four of Swords. Maybe the hurt from this actually puts you into this deep shadow work as part of this spiritual awakening that you're going through. What's happening in your soul? Justice. Wow, balance. Justice is Libra season, which is now because it's the 20th of October. That's Libra and Venus energy, which is love is the greatest healer. Maybe putting yourself first and not taking somebody's word for, yeah, it's fine, just go in. Or just follow that path and that'll get you to your destination. You're like, actually, you know what? I've been here before. Okay, the message from the man upstairs. What have we got? The Knight of Wands. Look at that. We've got the Knight of Wands and the Ten of Swords. This is the message from the man upstairs. Don't rush in. The Knight of Wands is fast, forward, somebody that doesn't use their brain. An unbalanced Emperor energy, not gender specific. A balanced Emperor is somebody who has the wisdom and the action balanced in their soul. The Justice card, Libra, balanced in their soul. So the decisions that they make in terms of how they move forward, they take the time to make sure that they've looked at everything from all perspectives, because they've had some sort of heartbreak and sorrow when they've charged forward before and they've fallen on the Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords are somebody through pain has been given mental clarity. Mental clarity about charging forward without all the information. The Ace of Wands. the outcome, the Ace of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sag, balanced. New beginning, balanced. On the flip, if you decide to charge forward again, the Ace of Wands is effectively like a match that lights a candle. Like TNT, the bomb going off. The Three of Wands, which is the Sun in Aries. It's a test. So what I'm getting from these cards is that depending on the decision that you make and how you charge forward, you either resit the test because you get burnt again, or you tap into that spiritual energy, that spiritual insight that you got from the last time, and you create something new. And if I go back to what's happening, obviously I'm just looking out the door. My puppy is trying to get at something that's underneath a big iron grate. He's so laser focused at trying to get it that he doesn't realize that if he moves the grate, it'll probably land on his foot, and it's really heavy. Give me a second. No. It's one of those metal, like scallopy grates. It's like a big weight that we stand our umbrellas in when we put them by the pool. And there's obviously a little lizard or a gecko in there, and he's trying to get it. But he's laser focused without thinking about the consequences. And it's okay. He's moved away from it now, but this is a test. But if I go back to what's going on with that bulldozer that exploded, and it was meant to be a ordinance left by one party, but what if it was ordinance left by the other party? And then we have potentially 89D, a third party coming in to rebuild, that gets caught up in what was left for somebody else. It's interesting, isn't it? Because I was talking about before the mousetrap that's left for somebody that ends up harming. I want to say something that's innocent. Well, a mouse is innocent too, isn't it? Would that fall under the terms of friendly fire? Okay, let's get the Queen of Cups. That's intuition. Let's look at this Knight of Cups. Something that looks, something that looks beautiful on the outside, but it's a trap. It's the devil. It's a trap. My goodness, these cards, the Tower. There's Mars energy, and the Ace of Swords is the truth. It's a trap. It's a trap that's been set up. The Six of Swords on the bottom. Somebody's done it and then moved away. Dropped a bomb. It's like when people take their dogs for a walk and they let them go to the toilet on the sidewalk or on the grass. And I've seen it happen before. You'll get people that go for a walk in the evenings and they're walking along the grass, on the footpath, on the grass, and it's not lit because it's not the middle of the day, and they just walk through somebody else's dog's business because that person didn't have the respect to think about anybody else. That's the truth. The truth is the Ace of Swords. Let's have a look at this. Four of Swords. 4. We've got the Four of Pentacles. That's the Sun in Capricorn. A fear. Sometimes a fear. Sometimes being held. Something being held somewhere. So if somebody's... I'm even thinking in a workplace. If somebody has compiled a report or they've been tasked to do something and on the surface it looks like it's all complete, and then they hand it over to the next person, and then the next person realizes that the information that's put in there is all wrong, and they've got to clean up somebody else's mess. They're kind of stuck. It's causing somebody else to be stuck. A pattern of behavior. The Page of Wands. Because they've dropped a bomb and gone somewhere else. Okay, the Justice card. the Fool. Literally, the Fool and the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups is often seen as an apology card. This, in the soul here, this is about something that's possibly happened before, or a seed that's been planted before. And from a spiritual lens, you've twigged to it. So you've twigged to the fact that it's an illusion. It's a trick. It's meant to fool you, as in the Fool card. It's meant to fool you. Fool card is Uranus, which is earthquakes. It's something that somebody's done, earth-shattering, that somebody's done, right? You've twigged to it, and you realize that this person doesn't give a rat's about what's happened. The Page of Cups is sometimes seen as an apology card. Well, in reverse, they've done something, they don't care, and you're not going to get an apology. You're getting a spiritual perspective on something so that you don't step into somebody's dog doo-doo again. The Moon. It's a test. It's hidden. It's hidden. It will be presented to you in a different way. What is that bird? This most beautiful kind of brown and white bird has just come into my garden, but it has a blue face. And it's come down, it's called a yucca. The plant is called a yucca. It's come down into the yucca plant, but the yucca plant has got these spiny leaves that come out. And if you walk past them, you'll be left with a mark on your arm, like the sea anemone. It's just hopped out of that tree, out of the yucca. Oh, it's gone back in again. It's testing its luck. It's a test. No, it's gone now. It's like, this is too hard, I'm going. This is what this is. It's a test. You're being tested. Okay, this is a message from God. Don't rush back in, otherwise the same thing's going to happen. 3 of Pentacles. And the 10 of Cups. Spiritual wisdom to build somewhere else. You don't need to go back in here. What this was a lesson that you were meant to learn. If you've learnt it, you don't need to go back in and learn it again. The Ace of Wands. Yeah, Justice. You've learnt the lesson. The balance of scales. The scales of justice are balanced. 10 of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles. Balance. The 7 of Pentacles is the seeds that are planted. The dog doo-doo that's been left for you to step in again. But if you've learnt the spiritual lesson, you won't. The King of Pentacles. That's solid, stable energy. I know who you are, and I'm not going back. Ever going back. I don't know what that song is. Okay, let's get an angel. Who's walking with you at this particular part of this test? 21, which is the World card. Well, 21 is, in the original tarot, 21 is the World card, which is the end of a cycle. Learning and spiritual protection. That's the Hangman. That's beautiful. So we've got the start and the finish is the Hangman. Let us get those born under this angel love poetry and literature and have passion for study. Where did we did see him before? Card of the Student. This angel serves to protect against troublemakers, defends from spells and destroys the power of evil spirits. Soul guardian for those born 6:40 a.m. to 7 a.m. Moral guardian for those born the 9th of April, the 20th of June, the 31st of August, the 11th of November, the 22nd of January. Physical guardian for those born the 28th of June to the 2nd of July. That's really lovely. Okay, now I'm going to get some Scrabble tiles. Letters and numbers in here does make a little bit of noise when I shake it. If you have hearing sensitivity, just turn your volume down. I'm going to shake it in 3, 2, 1. Oh, too many. Okay, obviously for a reason. An R and a 1, an N and a 1, an S and a 1, a B and a 3, a C, and is it a 3? Yes. A K, and a 5, a T and a 1, an F and a 4, a H and a 4, a P and a 3, a Y and a 4, a D and a 2, a W and a 4, a Q and a 10, an X and an 8, a Z and a 10, an E and a 1, a V and a 4, and an O. Okay, let me just get one final card for you. Just some guidance. Oh, we got 2. That's okay. Endurance. I am aware that I possess the power to achieve whatever my heart desires, and blessings. I am an infinite being capable of manifesting any desire within this physical realm. So that's what I've got for you. All the best with this test. If this reading resonated with you, please give it a like. If you haven't already, please subscribe. If you are interested in any of my tarot or oracle decks, the links to those can be found in the description box. Thanks again, and I'll see you in another reading.